I'm here today to show you my planner lineup for January 2019. I'm using Foxy Fix, Erin Condren, believe it or not, and pretty much all Cocoa Daisy decorations. I will show you, I'll definitely link down below where all of my accessories and things come from. And then if you have any questions beyond that, please just go ahead and drop me a line and I'll be happy to answer for you. Let's go ahead and get started. Out of the way, I want to start with my main planner, my personal planner, I should say. So first of all, this is the bag, planner pouch that I'm using this month. It is black and white buffalo check with a black inside. I don't know if you can see that inside has a little bit of a pattern to it. I'm holding it up to the phone, but I'm not looking, so hopefully it's in focus. This is from Deanna at So Sweet Stuff. I will link this down below. I have probably a dozen of her pouches right now, and they are just fantastic. I love them, and I carry a tote bag to and from school every day, and so my tote bag has all sorts of stuff in it, so I always keep my planner inside of it, and that helps keep it protected inside my tote bag. Planner wise, this is a little bit of an interesting story. So I am using right now this A6 lemongrass rings from Foxy Fix. And my intention was to use A6 Madison Avenue, which is black. With the current Cocoa Daisy kit, there are all these pops of black, and I knew as soon as I saw it, I wanted a black planner. And I ordered it, and apparently I just did not give the studio enough time to make it. I ordered it too late for it to get here for January 1st. So I'm using this lemongrass as a stand-in. It also goes pretty well with the kit elements. But I have to say, I'm keeping my fingers crossed that the Madison Avenue does arrive sometime in the next week or two, because I would absolutely love to move into it and use it for at least part of the time. I've been seeing other people with their black planners and this Cocoa Daisy kit, and I'm just a tiny bit jelly every time I see one of those. Anyway, this is A6 size. I have the word laugh is embossed on the front in gold. I have the Fox and Pick bow embossed also in gold on the side. I forget what color the elastic is. I always just go with whatever most closely matches the binder, and my stitching is cream. My swag on the front is from Lisa at Furry New. She is completely amazing. So let's look inside. Let me make sure that I'm centered in the screen here. Okay, so I always put a piece of decorative paper in the front with just a decorative edge. I have a punch that does this. I made a little tag that says a good story to go in the pocket. My pocket game is pretty weak, you guys. Has been, is, probably always will be. I'm just not a good pocket person, but I'm trying to learn. I have some tail decorations here. This one is also from Furry New. And this tail with a little kitty cat on the bottom from Studio Signet. And then begins my planner. So here is the cover of the standard dory. I get the standard dory planner kit from Cocoa Daisy, and I always cut it down to A6 size. It's almost the exact correct width. I just take off a little bit of width, but it's about a third taller than it needs to be, so I do end up cutting a big chunk off the bottom. And I lose some artwork, but not all of it. So this is actually the back cover, and I always decorate the back cover. So there were some rub-ons. All these black bits are rub-ons that were included in, I think, one of the memory keeping kits, and then a couple of the die cuts with foam tape on there. And then I have here, this is a fold-out divider from Type A for Alexa on Instagram. If you go to her Instagram account, you can order these dividers, and I'll show you some of the other ones that she also has. But so in here, I have just some decorative paper. I put in one of the pocket cards, and this paper is just my favorite, so I used it wherever I could. I think it's gorgeous. And then my January goals for the month are right here. My yearly goals are in my memory keeping dory, which you'll see in a few minutes. So these are sort of broken down to help me reach one of those yearly goals. I'm looking to like seriously declutter my house this year. I did part of number 3 yesterday. I decluttered the office closet, and next weekend I'm going to tackle the office itself. So that's right up there, right up front, so I can see it all the time, remember what I'm supposed to be doing. Here is an adorable little pocket, clear pocket holder thingy that my lovely friend Jennifer Miller Crowder, who is also on the Cocoa Daisy Planner team, made and sent to me. It's the perfect size to hold the Simon card, which is fabulous because I love to have him. I normally keep him right up front in my wallet, but honestly, I don't go into my wallet as often as I go into my planner, and so I like seeing him here instead. And this one's adorable. Resolutions are for people who don't or who aren't already awesome. Happy New Year. And I have the paper and ink card that comes, there's always a sort of a story card that comes with the Cocoa Daisy kit, and that is here. Next up is, this will look familiar to you if you've seen my video last month. This is the notepad pocket that I made in December with a piece of acetate, folded it in half, put it in a lamination pocket, ran it through, trimmed the top so that it would make a pocket, and punched holes. And I keep several pages from the notepad in here so that they are always handy for me. And since this month's kit didn't come with a piece of acetate, I just repurposed this one. It's gold, it matches perfectly. And I do love having those note pages right up front. The notepad itself is pretty thick, and I've tried sticking it in the back. It fits right here in this back pocket, but it's very bulky, and then my planner doesn't sit right in my cover. So I like to have this right up front, and I know exactly where to flip to it to get them, so there you go. So here is one of a set of dividers that starts to notate my sections. This is also from Type A for Alexa, so it's top loading, so you can change the papers and stuff. And then she has all sorts of different color papers that you can choose, and all different patterns. Like I've got the scallops and the like block lettering. She's got a zillion different choices, and you can order 1, 2, 3, like as many as you want, and they come already in the correct size, already hole punched for you. So I love these. I have one set in gold glitter and one set in silver, and I think I need more. Also on this particular divider up in the front, I have some of the sticky notes that came also in the Cocoa Daisy kit. So I just peel off like, 10 or so, not too many so it's not too thick, stick them on here, and then whenever I just need a quick sticky note, I can just pull one right out. Easy peasy. So this first section is my personal planning section. I switched it up a little bit this month. Normally I put my monthly layouts in the front, but this time I decided to put my daily and weekly plans. And I am using the Cocoa Daisy Dory, the standard Dory that I've cut down. This was the calendar, and since I cut off a good chunk of the bottom of the calendar, I just covered it with a piece of my favorite paper. And I'll save this spread for later in the month. But then here is where I've started my plan. So the Dory booklet, you see these gridded sections. There is a whole nother one at the bottom. That's how tall the booklet is. And when I cut this to this size, you end up cutting off one exact whole section. So instead of 3 sections per page, it's 2, but that's still enough for the whole month easily. So each day is a section. So here's the first week. I'm going to sit down this afternoon and plan out next week. And I've just used some stamps, Cocoa Daisy stamps, the days of the week. These came in like October or November. The to-do list stamp came this month. The number stamps were from December. The little box check stamp is the only stamp that I used this week that was not Cocoa Daisy. It's from a Foxy Fix Bujo stamp set. And then I used the large sort of fleur-de-lis stamp with I used the gray ink that came in the kit, but then I just sort of stamped it off, so when I stamped it on my paper, it would be very pale. And then I just added a few stickers to the first page. I usually wait and do that when I see what kind of leftover space I have. Thursday was nice. Look, I had nothing to do. So I'll go back when I plan today, I'll go back and add some stickers there. I have so many stickers. It's not wasteful at all to do that, and it makes everything pretty. I love this clip. The kits this month came, if you get as many of the kits that I do, I get, I think, almost all of them. Between all the kits, there were 4 of these clips, and they each have a different charm on them, and I thought this Today charm was perfect to go right here on Today. So that's this Dory booklet, so it'll continue going with these sections, as you can see, and then you get to a point in the middle where there are a few pages that aren't sectioned off like that, so these can be used for other things. You can see that I lost 12 through 31 when I did the January. Actually, it may have been 12 to 15, and the rest of it may have been over here. I can't remember. But these pages can just sort of be whatever. And then we go back to the divided sections, and these are dot grid. And so wherever I end on the gridded sections in the front, I'll continue on the dot grid sections. And I may just pull out those papers in the middle. You know, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So this is what the Dory booklet looks like. And you can see I have more than enough sections to finish off the month. And then there's the back page. Excuse me. So that is the Dory booklet, and then I used one of the tabs that came this month and one of the stamps to put tracker on that back page, so I can easily just flip, and then here is my tracker. So I've been using trackers in one form or another almost every month for, gosh, almost a year now. Some months I'm more successful at filling them out, and some months I'm not. Doing pretty well so far this month. I just have sort of daily habits up here that I want to, you know, do. And then down here I track my steps every day. The 10,000 is at the bottom, so obviously it's better for me if I'm down below instead of up high, but you know, it is what it is. Last month, I think I got up to about the 23rd or 24th, and then Christmas came, and then the rest of the month I just didn't do. I would really like to go all the way to the 31st this month. So this is one of the things I do every evening. When I go to bed, I take my planner with me and I sit down and I go through and check off all the things I did today. I check off my tracker, I write down my expenses, I check off my social media items, and then I put this on the nightstand until the next morning. So there's my tracker. My next section is for the month. Here is a beautiful bow clip from Peony's Papery. This style of bow is called the Alice bow, and I absolutely adore it. I have a zillion of them, and I would love to have a zillion more. I just adore them. So I took this idea of taping my clips to my dividers from my good friend Cheryl Ryder, another Cocoa Daisy team member and bestie. I used to not keep clips in my planner, and I would just stick them in for pictures, but I really like how they look up there, and I wanted them to stay all the time, and her trick is to washi tape them in so they don't come out. So I decided to try that last month, and it worked like a charm. So here I am back again. My second divider is for month, and these dividers are all made from the Cocoa Daisy paper. And do I need 2 dividers? No, but do I love the decoration? Yes, so there you go. Here's the back page of December. And then here is January. So all of this, all these stickers are Cocoa Daisy, and this word transform and these little hearts, these are actually foam. They're dimensional, about a 1/16 or so thick. And I wasn't sure at first about putting them in here, but they really don't cause any bulk in my planner, and I love how they look, that pop of black. These are Cocoa Daisy stickers. This here is Cocoa Daisy washi. All of this Cocoa Daisy stickers. And then of course the pen for this month is just fabulous. It's got that adorable little daisy, and it's got the black gems in the middle, and it's got a nice gel insert, and it just writes adorably. So that is there. The rest of my monthly pages, here, I'll pull those out and show you. So the next month, so here's where February will go, and this is my forward planning method. You can see how beautiful it is. These sticky notes were from the September Cocoa Daisy kit, so I went through and marked down all the things I needed to know for school, and then I've got birthdays and things like that on a sticky note, and so February, March, April, etc., etc. And then when I get to June, which is when I'll print out new inserts, here's where I have the previous inserts, and I accidentally threw out August and September. So I have the second half of September here, but there's October, there's November, there's the beginning of December. When I'm done with January, that December page will come back here. So then when I'm done when I'm ready to reprint, I'll have like, 8 months of the previous year right here, and I can transfer things over that are important. So that, I keep those clipped because I don't really, unless I need to add something to a future month, which is rare in my personal life, unless something comes up, a weekend away or something, I just leave these clipped together since I don't need to look at them daily anyway. My next section is, I've just put SM here for social media. I thought social media would take up too big of a tab. I have another clip here, and I have washied the death out of it because if I lose this, I will die. This is one of the beautiful pops from the Peach Palmetto. I can't remember the name of it. I'm terrible with the names, but it's all pearls, and I freaking love it. So I have here for just posts. And this is my, it's just a list insert from Peanuts Planner Co. I should also tell you the monthly insert was also from Peanuts Planner Co. And I have, for 1 month, I've got 2 pages here, the Cocoa Daisy Planner Challenge and the Daily Fox Challenge. So I see that today I need to do a dashboard photo. So when I'm done with this video, I'll probably go ahead and do that photo and post it. And then again in the evening, before I go to bed, this is one of the pages I turn to and I check off, and I sort of get an idea of what the next day's is so I can be thinking about what I want to do for that. My next section is expenses. This flower clip is from Fur & You, also where I get my swags from, and this planner tail, and actually both of these little clips down here that I didn't show you. She just makes the most amazing high quality stuff. And we have here, so I'm trying to be better with my money, and I'm writing down every day what I'm spending, and then I'm sort of categorizing at the end of the day. And you can see I've already spent like $300 on planner stuff, and it's only July 6th. So Christine, you need to back off the planner spending. In my defense, I only bought another Foxy Fix last night because I've been wanting chili forever, and it's been out of stock, and it came back, and I was not going to miss it again. So this, if it can, I don't know when I'm going to use this chili. I had bought on the 4th, on Friday, my March planner, so I should not need to buy a planner again until April. And I don't normally need to buy a planner every month, guys, but since I switched sizes from personal wide to A6, I sold off all my personal and personal wide rings, and so now I need to start building up a collection again of different colors of A6. So as long as I can afford it, I will try to buy a planner every month, and again, to coordinate with Cocoa Daisy, because I like when everything goes together. But anyway, so here's where I'm just writing down, I just jot down what I've spent every night. And this is again from Peanuts Planner Co. I love her inserts because she includes a grid. I'm not a fan of lines, and I definitely can't write if the space is blank. So the grid is like my happy place. And my last section is for bills. Here is another clip from Fur & You. I love this daisy. And here I just have, this bill insert is from Annie Plans Printables, and I just have, this was starting in July, I just every month, jot down where I need to send money to when, my bills are due, and I usually use the previous month as a guide so I don't forget one, because I do pretty much everything online. I don't do automatic deduction. I just sit down on the 15th and do bill pay through my bank. So I want to make sure that I catch all of them. It also helps to look back and see, how much, the electric bill has gone up or down or whatever. So I keep that. Oh, and I lied. That's not my last section. I also have debt repayment in here. So I don't want to show like my actual debts, but here's an example of what that page looks like. So for each, I've got some credit cards that need paying off. For each one, I've got the company name and not the account number, because I'm not going to put that in something I carry out in public with me. I actually don't put anything except for the company name. And then here, every time I make a payment, I can subtract from the balance, and I can actually see it going down. And I'm hopeful that that will make me more apt to do that. So there you go. That is everything that is in my personal planner. All right, and let me put that to the side and we'll take a look at my wallet. All right, guys, so as always, I am using a Foxy Fix number 0 micro size for my wallet. And this is the coconut leather, which is right now out of stock. But I absolutely adore it. It's very similar to salt. I know some people will just be like, what? No, it's not. You can't say that. But honestly, I've had both and I do kind of feel like it's similar. And I actually kind of like coconut better. I don't know what it is about coconut. I just love. So it's got peace in the silver hollow foil and the fox and pip bow, and then another swag from my friend Lisa at Fur and You. So this is a micro swag, and she's making them, said she's had lots of requests for smaller swags for smaller planners. So she's starting a micro line, and this one she designed, again, specifically for the Cocoa Daisy kit. And she just had a restock on Friday and meant to list these, but didn't get a chance to. So these will be listed probably in the next restock for her. So my wallet is very simple. It is the same setup as I've had before. If you've seen my wallet setups, in the front, I just keep cards. I've got my Sheets card, a Panera card that a student gave me. I need to go to Panera. Here is where I normally keep my Simon card, but I put them in my planner and I have not thought of anything to put in here yet. This is just a blank dot grid insert. Sometimes if I go running into the store and I just carry my wallet and then you need to write something down, this is a good place for that. Here is a black wallet insert from Foxy Fix. So these are hopefully temporarily discontinued until they get their new website up, and then hopefully they'll bring those back. It's got card pocket on the left. My license is in here, and then I keep change in the zipper pocket. I love that. And then this is just a plastic card holder from Amazon. You can buy these for cheap. I've had this one for, gosh, a long time, probably close to a year, and it's held up beautifully. Here, the back pocket, I keep stamps, and then sometimes I get a pen loop, and sometimes I use one of those clip pen loops. This is a pen from Brighton. I love these pens because you can pull off the top and change the charm. And so I have a few of these charms and a couple different pens, and it's easy to mix and match so that everything looks like it goes together. So that's there in case I ever need to write anything. And then the back pocket would hold cash if I had any. Hello, money, where are you? So there you go. This is the wallet setup that I have used now for months and absolutely adore and will continue using until I don't feel like it anymore, but I don't know when that's gonna happen because I love this so much. So stay tuned and I will show you my fitness planner. All right, everybody. So I mentioned at the beginning of the video that I was using an Erin Condren, the horror, right? Because I'm a Foxy Fix girl. But I knew that for 2019, it was time for me to get my health and my weight in control. And so I decided I wanted a separate planner for that. And I did not want a traveler's notebook. I wanted a calendar-based planner. And this is so I went to the new Erin Condren store in Fairfax, Virginia. That's where I live in Northern Virginia, and I found this. And of course I had to find a cute cover to go with it. So this is the focused planner, and let me make sure that I'm in frame here. I didn't put my name or anything on it, but it has, I will show you a blank month. So here's June 2019. It has just a very simple black and white, no frills calendar. And then each page looks like this, which for a minute I was like, okay, well, why are there only 5 sections over here? I can only do 5 days in the week. But I think this is to be focused, not necessarily on every day, but on the days that are important or the days that you have to really do something. So what I'm going to do is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then I'll just do Saturday, Sunday over here. What I'm doing for now, and I'll show you, here's the first week of January. Today's January 6th, and I've only started this since the 1st. My plan for the monthly calendar is at the end of the day, every day that I have managed to stay on my eating plan, which right now is keto and is working beautifully for me, every day that I maintain that, I am putting down a strip of washi tape. So you can see I've done 5 days in a row. I'm feeling really good. I write my step count above that. And then the little checkbox, I stamped that in with that same little checkbox that I use in my planner. And I check this off when I've taken my vitamin D tablet. I find that in the wintertime, I really am affected by the lack of sunlight. My mood is just, I want to just curl up in a ball and sleep, like hibernate like a bear. And I started taking vitamin D and it made a world of difference. So I need to make sure that I take that every day, at least until the spring when the sun is out more frequently and I'm actually out in it. So I check mark that off too. And then on I added a tab. They have these little like black, things like this where you can find them the next month. But I have so many tabs from the Cocoa Daisy kit and they're pretty. So I added a tab there instead. And here is the first week's spread. So I decorated it just a little bit, some washi tape here and here, a little bit down here, just a couple of stickers. And then what I'm doing in each section, I've got the day of the week and the date. So Tuesday the 1st, Wednesday the 2nd, etc. Here's Saturday the 5th, Sunday the 6th. I am just jotting down what I've eaten every day. And then at the end of the day, I'm writing in my nutrients. So I enter my food into the MyFitnessPal app, which is a really pretty easy app to use. And when you enter in your foods, you can either search for it already in the database or it has a barcode scanner. So if you eat something packaged, you can just scan the barcode and it comes right up. And at the end of the day or at any point during the day, there's a place you can click on there to see your nutrients, how many carbs, how many protein, how many fiber, fat, calories, vitamins, whatever. So since I'm doing keto, my goal is to keep my carbs way down, below 50 a day. So I've got 5, 48, 48, 48, 37. I'm doing well on that. You put in also in the app, you put in your current weight and height and all of that. And I think it calculates a calorie target for you, which they calculated for me 1,700. So I'm not really counting calories, but I am sort of trying to just stay at or under that limit every day. So I do list my calories as well. I think it's funny that every day my calories have gotten higher and higher. We'll see how today's goes. I was home yesterday, and so it was just easy to snack, so I need to be careful with that. And then in this bottom section that I have left over, I'm just sort of jotting down how I felt that day, how the day went, because I know starting, at the beginning, especially starting a new diet plan can be very difficult. Your body is withdrawing from all the things that you've been normally feeding it and that it loves and that it wants. And so I just want to kind of keep track of, I had a bad day and here's maybe why, so that I can look back on that and hopefully keep that from happening again. So here's Sunday, and in just a little while I'll sit down and I'll set up the next week and I'll be ready to go. So I'm really looking forward to seeing some good progress with this. I forgot to mention that also on Sunday is my weigh-in day. So when it comes time to do Sunday, I'll also put my current weight there and hopefully see a nice progression of weight loss. This was my little, I used one of those Post-it notes to write out the things that I thought I might want to keep on this spread. And then I left it here in case I wanted to change something. But I think I'm in a pretty good spot with that now. So I'm going to take that out. And that can go. And I keep a Pen Gems pen. I picked one out that I thought would be pretty with this month, the gray. And I just keep that in the rings right here. And then I keep this in the case. And this stays on my nightstand. I fill it out in the evening, right before I go to bed. So along with those other things in my planner, I do this. So guys, that is my health and fitness tracker. We'll see how this evolves over the course of the year. We're only 5 days in, anything can happen. If you have any comments or ideas for this, please feel free to leave them down below. Anything that will help me be successful is a good thing. So thanks for being with me in this segment. Stay tuned and I will show you my work planner. Alrighty, and here we are now with my work planner. So for a long time, I had kept my school and personal stuff all together in one planner. I didn't want it in separate places, but I have usually a lot of to-dos in my work planner, and my personal planner, the A6 rings, just was not cutting it with to-do lists. And I decided to go back to a bullet journal style for work. So I have, this is a Foxy Fix, again, coconut, perfect fit cover. This is made specifically for the Leuchtturm 1917 bullet journal notebook. And you'll see that inside in just a second. I have another one of Lisa's beautiful January swags on the front. This is called the Kira swag. And it says Dream in gold foil on the front, because this is my work planner and I'm dreaming of retirement. There's nothing on the spine because the spine is so thin. I didn't want to try. I do keep a pen when this is usually sitting open on my desk at work, and I keep a pen in the spine. I'm trying to talk about here. Nothing in the, I do have one dashboard in the pockets. I usually decorate this a little bit more, but I haven't gotten to it yet. So this usually sits open at my desk with the pen right there, so that as soon as I need to write something down, boom, grab it, right there. I never have to go looking for my pen. When I close up this notebook to carry it around, either to a meeting or home or whatever, that's when I just stick the pen in the elastic. So that's why that was there. So let's start here. Let me make sure that we're in the frame. We sort of are. Okay, there we go. So I've got my name, my school name, my email, in case I ever lose this. Here's what I like about this book is that it has a table of contents already built in, and I'm working from the front and the back. The front, I'm working through every time I finish a month. I jot down where my weekly pages are so that I can always go back and find those easily. And then at the back is where I'm keeping track of things like student notes, faculty meetings, a conference that we had for a child whose name I should cover up. Whenever we have 8th grade meetings, whenever we have department meetings, I put the page number so I can find those again easily. And then we start with the monthly calendar. So I did not adopt this book until October of this school year. So for September, again, I was using pages in my personal planner and it just was not working for me, so I went with this. So the pages in this book are blank. This is what a blank page looks like. It's a dot grid. The dot is very pale, which I like because it's not in your face, but it's enough that you can keep your writing even. So here I use, this square stamp is another Foxy Fix bullet journal stamp. So are the numbers. And so I use those stamps every month to create the monthly layout. And then I use my decorative stamps here, my day of the week stamps, and whatever decorative stamps from the Cocoa Daisy kits that month to decorate. And I just choose ink colors that match, handwrite the date on the side, and you're good to go. And then I can jot down in here all the things that are going on. Math workshop, in-service day, 8th grade meeting, a meeting that we had for a student, a training I went to, lunch duty, like whatever. And then I'll tell you that in a second. And then here is November's, here is December's, here is, oh look, I have to write something in for January, on Monday. Here is January's. And then what I do is I leave a page in between, because see how sometimes the ink, these pages are very thin, so there's a lot of shadowing of the ink. And so I usually skip a page, I'll glue those two together, and then here will be February, March, I've just written it in pencil, etc., until the school year is over in June. Once June is done, then I get to my weekly pages. So they're all set up exactly the same because I just like the consistency. The left side has Monday through Friday with scheduled items. These are things that have to be done that day, that time. So each day I can look at it when I open it up and go, okay, today I have to go to that training at 4 o'clock. Today I have to meet with my PLC. Today I have lunch duty. Over here, I just split my page in half with a pen and then use the checkbox stamp. And then this is where, as the week is going, and I'm like, oh, I have to this, oh, I have to that. I jot those things down here, and then whenever I have planning period after school, I look at my list and I'm like, okay, what can I knock off this list? I do that and check it off. Whatever doesn't get done, I forward plan to the next week. I transfer over to the next week, and then I do the exact same thing. So here are this, and then I use the washi to notate the month. So October, and I started at the end of the month with this, so I didn't even start the beginning. This was October's washi, and then here's November's washi. So the November pages, I have just a hello page, and then here are the November pages. This was Thanksgiving week. It was a short week and lovely. And then hello December. Here were my December pages. And then hello January. And here was the first week of January. I have this bookmark, is from Made with Love Crafter. I love this because it's got the little clip at the top and the little hangy thing at the bottom, and it's easy to just move from page to page. And today what I'll do is I'll sit down. I will set up next week's pages. These couple of items that didn't get done this past week will get done next week, and we'll just keep on rolling like that. I expect, since each month only takes like 3 or 4 pages, it's really not going to take much to get through the rest of the school year. And then the pages in the back, I probably will actually have a lot of pages left over. I'll have to count when I'm done and see if I can do more than one school year in here, or I'll just let it be 1 year and that's it, and then start with a new book in the fall. That's probably what I'll end up doing. If we flip to the back, I'll show you the things that are back here. I'm keeping track of instructional time that's lost to whatever, snow day, 2-hour delay, extended advisory, any time that time is lost. And actually, let me jot down 12/21 was a 0 day, which means we had just basically fun activities all day long, but that was a school day that there was no instruction. So I just would like to see, out of the course of a year, how much time is lost. Here I've got some individual student notes. Faculty meeting notes go here, so whenever we have faculty meetings, I just add to the list, and when I get to the end of this one, I'll just find another, whatever the next clean page is, and keep starting, and I'll add that to the table of contents. We had a conference here about a student you should not see. 8th grade meetings are here, and department meetings are here. And so just, things that you need to jot down in meetings or whatnot go in the back, and then all my to-dos are in the front. So there you go. This is working really, really well for me. Like I said, on Monday, I take this to school. I open it up on my desk, and it stays open the entire week with my pen sitting right there. And then on Friday, I bring it home with me so that I can set up the following week. Excuse me. And then take it back to me on Monday. If I was feeling particularly ambitious, I could probably set up the whole month, since it's really just, washi tape and, colors. And then I could keep it on my desk for the entire month. It just depends on what kind of time I have on the weekend. So there you go. That is my school bullet journal. It is working really, really well. This is the best system. I've used so many systems, guys. Oh my gosh, so many systems. This is by far the best system that I have come up with. So thanks for watching this, and come back with me in just a couple minutes and we'll look at all my accessories for the month. So here is, I lied, I'm not doing accessories. I'm showing you my memory keeping traveler's notebook. So Coco Daisy started this month in January with a new kit called the Traveler's Notebook Memory Keeping Kit, and it comes with this Traveler's Notebook insert that already has a lot of artwork on some of the pages. Some of the pages are blank, so that you can sort of use that as a basis for decoration. And then it came with all sorts of little extra items for decorating. It came with extra tabs. It came with, I think it came with die cuts, I don't remember. It came with some papers, it came with some stickers, there are actually a lot of stickers. That's a separate sub. The memory keeping sticker sub is different from the planner sub. So there's a whole set of those. And so they give you everything that you need between this and all the planner kits. I have everything I need to document memories. So you may remember, if you've seen any of my previous videos, that I used a big happy planner for memory keeping in 2018. And I liked it because it was a calendar setup and all the days were already there and all I had to do was put in photos and write. Well, I found as I went through that was a little bit restrictive because I didn't really use the monthly layout. I mean, I used it just so it wasn't blank, but I didn't really need it. And then the daily columns were sometimes too thin for what I needed to put in there, but then other times nothing was going on. So I just had these pages that were blank, 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 blank. So I like the idea of this because it's undated and I can use the pages however I see fit and fill them up however I see fit. If there's nothing happening on a day, I just don't put anything in that day. So this is really meant for me to keep the highlights of the month. And then I have the anniversary Dory Traveler's Notebook, actual notebook from Coco Daisy that they were selling, I think, back in August. And it will hold, I think, 3 or 4 of these. So I can put 1/4's worth or maybe 1/3 of the year in each one and then just have these lined up on my shelf. At the end of the year. We're going to see how this goes. So it has a plain brown cover. The front cover looks like this, and I used some paper and some die cuts, and this was a dashboard, and I actually cut the top off of it and then moved it down here with a decorative edge. And I love this. Dear New Year's resolution. Well, it was fun while it lasted. See you again next year. Sincerely, January 2nd. That's funny because that's been me like forever. But this year I'm actually going to really try to keep my resolutions because I like them. So in the front of the book, there's this open space. I used stickers to write January, and I put these 2 papers in here. And I decided to use the beginning of my booklet for daily gratitude. So this is what I used to put in the gridded sections of my the Dory that's in my personal booklet. I use that for gratitude. And then I bought inserts from another company to use for daily planning. So now I've got my gratitude here because I thought it would be nice to look back on it over the course of the year or the course of a month if I ever pulled this out and just wanted to see, hey, let's look back at January. I could see the things that happened that month and that I was grateful for. This is another one of those foam stickers, and I'm just undecided about whether to do anything or not over here on this page. Again, this is my favorite pattern out of all the papers, and so I just adore it. So I'm leaving space for gratitude here, here, and here. And hopefully I can fit in all 31 days on those 3 pages. I put a tab here for 2019 goals. So these are my 2019 sort of my resolutions. Get in control of my health, get in control of my money, and do major decluttering. Those are my goals for this year. And then on this page, I just added another dashboard. Here are some more die cuts. And then my first spread was I documented the day that we went back to school. There's a picture of me with a sad face in my classroom. Just talking about how going back to work after a vacation is rough, but the kids were good today. I put another tab there, back to school. Then this was January 4th. This was January 2nd. So I don't have to have something from every day in here. This day I was documenting some sort of banner things that happened, but also a little bit crude. I work with middle school kids, so there are a variety of things that could happen on any given day, and I wanted to document the really unforgettable things that happened. And then that's where we are right now. So I think on the next page, I decluttered. I think when I finish maybe next weekend decluttering my office, I'm going to devote a spread to this. I cleaned out the closet yesterday, and I have before and after photos, and those can go in here, and then I'll put in maybe a before and after when I finish cleaning the rest of the room, because I'm really enjoying just getting rid of stuff and organizing things. And since that's one of my goals, I want to document that as the year goes. On Martin Luther King weekend, I'm going to be going to North Carolina to visit friends, and so I know there's going to be pictures and journaling things in here. And then, just whatever happens, can just go in here. And I love that there's already some artwork, and it's in a variety. There's like the full page of artwork, and then there's like a lined page, just like for journaling. There's, half artwork, half, grid page. I love the variety of pages. And I love that there's artwork here to get you started, but it's not so overwhelming that like you can still do whatever you want with it. Just because the page has color on it doesn't mean you have to put your picture here or your picture here. It's not designed for you. It's just a nice backdrop. So I think Christine just hit the ball out of the park with this one. Here I had seen somebody put in a pretty decorative edge paper. So I took a piece of the paper and used my hole punch, and when the book is closed, you can see that there. I think that's really pretty. So I keep this also on my nightstand at night, because before I go to bed, along with checking off things in my planner, filling out my fitness planner, doing my daily gratitude, writing down my daily gratitude is the last thing I do before I go to bed. It kind of puts me in a nice mood for going to sleep and waking up to face the next day. So that is this, and this is my first time trying this type of thing. It's actually only my second time doing any kind of memory keeping. That Happy Planner last year was the first. But I really love this, and I'm just so excited about it. So stay tuned to see how this booklet evolves over the course of the month. Last thing I promise now I'm going to show you is all of my accessories for the month. All right, everybody, and we are back with accessories. So here are the three things to show you today. The first one, if you watched my December setup video, you might recall seeing the sticker envelope that I made. And I loved it so much that I decided I'm going to make one every month from here on out. My planner is too small to hold these large sticker pages, so I have to have them someplace where they're not going to get destroyed. And I want to carry them with me in case I find a reason to use them when I'm not at home, like during the school day or what have you. But I don't want them just loose in my tote bag or dropped down loose in my planner bag. I tried that once and they got a little bent up. So I came up with the idea last month to make a sticker envelope, and it worked like a dream. So this is now going to be like in my arsenal of things forever. So this is just a piece of 12 by 12 scrapbook paper. This was the last month for the 12 by 12 memory keeping kit from Cocoa Daisy. So this was the last time that I'll have 12 by 12 paper that matches their kit, but I have a stash of other 12 by 12 papers. And if I can't find anything in my stash, I can always run over to Michael's or Joann's or Hobby Lobby and buy a piece that matches whatever the next kit is. But it's just a piece of 12 by 12 paper that has been folded up, folded in, folded down. Basically the edges were and I cut on the diagonal so that it kind of looked like an envelope. Last month I actually sewed in a snap so that this would snap close. But then you have the snap on the outside, and we had this really cute pom-pom trim that went right here. And this month we didn't have that ephemera, and also I was very rushed in getting my kit done. You may remember the December kits were delayed because of the pen not showing up, and my kit arrived the day that I left for vacation with my parents in Florida for Christmas break. It came on December 22nd. And so I basically got the box, set it down, and then got on a plane for a week. So by the time I got back, I had literally like 3 days to put all of this stuff together, all those planners that you just saw, everything together. And so I just did not have time to make this fancy. Next month, we'll see what happens. But I absolutely love this sticker envelope. And while I've got that out, I'll show you some of the things that came in the kit. So these were those brush letters that I used to put January in the beginning of my traveler's notebook. And then here are the memory keeping stickers. There's this page, there's this page of alphabet stickers, there's this page. These were all numbers, and I use those in my monthly layout, my personal planner, and the word Fetty. There's this page with some large boxes that you could layer a photo on, and some washi strips and some labels. There's this page, which is more similar. And there's this page, which has like, these are kind of translucent. They're kind of clear, see? So they're really cool when you put them down. This, not that, this is the memory keeping sticker sub, which I absolutely adore. Some of this I've actually used in my planner. Some of it I'm using in my memory keeping kit. So I love those. And then I also keep my other stickers in here that come with the planner kit and the planner add-on kit. You can see, I mean, there are just a lot of stickers. I think, is that 2 pages? No. So it's so, I think this one, oh, that's what came with the simple door. Yeah, that came with the memory keeping kit also. There are just so many. It is easy to make your stuff beautiful. And then here are those rub-ons that I was talking about. So having the envelope has been like a game changer for me, and this, you're gonna see me with one of these every month on out. Next up is the bag that came in this month's Cocoa Daisy, either planner or planner add-on. I always forget which one. They don't always include a pouch, but when they do, it's always wonderful. I adore this. I cannot tell you how much I love this. The pom-pom trim, the black and white, the little tassel, just everything. And I always keep a bag of planner supplies with me. This goes in my tote also. And in here, I keep a pair of small scissors. This is good for cutting washi straight. A craft knife, a small 6-inch metal ruler, this set of 4 pens of different tip sizes, whatever washies come in the Cocoa Daisy kit that month, my tweezers, these are really good for laying down small stickers, a pencil, an eraser, a pencil sharpener, my compass, which I use for making those hello pages in my bullet journal, and this month 2 popsicle sticks that came with the rub-ons, so that if I want to put down a rub-on, I can do that. And there you go. So these are my like basic can't live without planner supplies that are always with me all the time. And so I take them, they're in my tote bag, they go to work with me. They're, you know, they're always with me. When I come home, then if I, you know, when I'm ready to plan, I just bring this bag upstairs and here's all my stuff. And then finally, my little box of goodies. So I have, you know, I have some clips already clipped, washi taped into my planner, as you saw, but I have so many others that I love, and sometimes I like to switch them out. So I had mentioned that yellow Alice bow from Peony's Papery, and here are a few more Alice bows that I've collected over the years from her that match the kit. I adore this one. So I've got those in here. I have this awesome sunflower. This is from Katie Jo Collections on Etsy. I think I showed you the one rose clip in my planner. And I have these other, I think it's the small one of this color. I have these other sets of roses, all from Fur and You. There we go. So those are in there. And let's see. Oh, here are the other clips that I was mentioning that came with Cocoa Daisy. That one says right now. This one has the ampersand, and this one has a heart. I'll probably hang on to that one for February also. This bow, I'm embarrassed to say I can't remember where it came from. I'm sorry, whoever gave that to me. This butterfly is from Colibri Charms. Mary Kay, who's the customer service rep for Cocoa Daisy, has a charm shop, and she sells charms to match the kits every month. And this butterfly came from her, and I stuck it on this big paper clip. And here is another gorgeous crystal pop from the Peach Palmetto. This one is like crazy sparkly when the sun hits it. And then the Cocoa Daisy kit also came with these ribbon clips to match the artwork. I have this really adorable little dotted, Swiss dotted bow from Lily and Lola Co. And this little baby kitty charm from Made with Love Crafter. And let's see, this Scrabble tile with the K on it for my first initial came from Sweet Lemon and Lime. Sweet Lemon and Lime, also on Etsy. This little bow was one of a set of several bows. I absolutely love it. This was from the Yellow Key on Etsy. Unfortunately, she has closed her shop, and that's really sad because she had some really cute things. And then I have this one that's got just a little tiny rhinestone on it. Oh, and here's a pom-pom clip. I think that is also from Peony's Papery. And then just some random clips in case I need to hold pages open for whatever reason. So here you go, guys. Here's my little clip thing. This is one of those photo boxes that you can buy at Michael's or Joann's or wherever. It's a, I think it's a photo storage box. And I love these because it's perfect. It holds, I mean, you can see how many things it holds. It's the perfect, even the pops are the right size to go in there. It does not smush them. It holds all this stuff so that I can take it with me, but it keeps it all safe in my tote bag. So there you go. So there we are, there's all my accessories, and now you have seen pretty much everything. My school planner, my memory keeping book, my wallet, my fitness planner, and my personal planner. That is the big lineup for January. Thanks guys so much for being with me. If you have, like I said, any questions at all, just ask me down below and I'll be happy to answer them for you. Bye, until next month.